What's going on, everybody? Bulldog Gaming here. Welcome back to the channel. We are on the inaugural run of this dedicated that I talked about in yesterday's video. We already made the delivery down to Norman, and now we're on our way back up to Lebanon, Missouri. That's the beginning and the end, and the beginning and the end coming back. So we are somewhere between Oklahoma City and Tulsa right now. Didn't pay attention to where I was, but well, we are out here trying to get her done. We got less than 5 hours and less than 300 miles, so we're gonna try. They would like to see me back up in Lebanon tonight, but I do not foresee that happening. For obvious reasons. I'm not a miracle worker, and I got to slow down going through Tulsa. If it was a straight run, didn't have to stop, slow down in Tulsa, I probably could get away with doing it. That and there's construction zones in between. There, Norman and Tulsa, or Norman and Lebanon, that will slow me down too. Will slow down my average. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about on the Ramblings from the Truck, is knowing how far you can go on your clock. Now, everybody would probably say, oh, my truck does 70 miles an hour. I drive for 11 hours straight, or I drive for 11 hours. I should be able to do 770 miles. No, that's not how it works. Real breakdown is you average your miles per hour. If you run all interstate, you can average your miles per hour between 60 and 65 miles an hour. It's a good average. And the way to get this figured out is take the number of miles you drove, divide it by the hours that you drove. You actually drove, not on duty and driving, but driving. How many hours you actually drove. And that'll come out with your average, your daily average. Keep tabs of your daily average. Add them all up. Add up. Take your miles, how many miles you drive each day. Add that together on Friday or Saturday, the end of your week, the last day of your week, and when you're done, and then you take how many hours you drove, not driving on duty, but driving. Add that all together, and then whatever the numbers that you come up with, take the miles you drove and divide it by the hours that you drove, total cumulative, and that's your average weekly miles per hour that you average. Okay, so, and then you divide that by 5, and it gives you a more way to get it more accurate. How many miles an hour you average every single day. So, let's say you're on a constant loop, like what I'm doing here. You're on a dedicated route, and you know you drive 349 miles one way, and you drive 300 miles back, leaving you 49 miles in remainder to drive the next morning. So you did 649 miles. Let's roll that back to 620 miles. That's how many miles you drove that day. It took you, let's say you drove for 10 and a half hours every single day. Okay? And you drove this every single day. So you've got 650 miles times 5. You only run 5 days. 3,250 miles. Okay? So we'll clear that. And 650 miles. You did it in. Hold on. Clear that. 650 miles. Where the hell's the divide button on this thing? It's divided by, and you drove 10 and a half hours. So you drove an average of 61.9 continuous. So roll that up, you did 62 miles an hour. That was that day's average miles per hour. Okay? So take a contingent and you figure all that out, and you do that as a constant going down the road 5 days straight. Take 62 times 5 and you get 310, or no, excuse me, 650, which is, we just had that number. My brain just went whoop. But we'll get back over here in the safe zone of running, so we're not trying to do that going through the construction zone. Okay, 3,250 miles. Leave this guy out just a little bit more, and there we go. So you take that 62 times 5, and you get 310. So yeah, 310. 310. Averages out 10 and a half hours a day. Okay. So. But that's how you do your. I know my brain's scattered on that because I'm doing it while I was driving, and it's just right over there. But you're averaging about 62 miles a day, 62 miles an hour a day. So then you look, and you're like, okay, I can go. I know, back of the head, I can go 650 miles in a day. There you go. And you always want to do that. And I know it's kind of wishy-washy and broke up and, rambling over here, rambling over there. But that's what this vlog's about. I just ramble and you guys listen. And I appreciate that. But that's also a way. So if you get a dedicated run, when you need to sit down with the planner, driver manager, dispatcher, whatever, and they're like, well, do you think you can do this run? And how far, give us some points on where you might be stopping. So just in case, the world happens, shit hits the fan, whatever, we know you're good. You're good for this dedicated. We can keep you on it. We know we can keep you running. So you sit down and you do that. And this goes back to how I landed this dedicated run. They sat down. They did the math. I sat down. I did the math. I'm taking a little bit of a sacrifice because I leave on Sunday instead of leaving early Monday morning. Because I don't want to mess up an account that we just acquired. So I'm doing my part to help out my company to make sure that I'm making income for myself. So But that's how they sit down and they're like, well, do you think this driver would be good for this dedicated route? You know, does he have a high average mileage days? You know, when he's got stuff that he can do, does he run, or is he a truck stop trucker? Okay. Well, if you drive for a company that constantly has you sitting, get away from the company. Go to a different company. If your daily average, and I run e-log, I'll be the first to tell you, I run e-log. Even during our crisis right now, I am still running the e-log because I'm running non-essential products that to some would be construed as an essential product. Not always. It's a non-essential essential product because you have to have heating and cooling in your home. Okay? But I'm not running an essential product that would be construed, okay, you have to bust balls to get out there and get this shit done. No, I'm not doing that. That's not the type of run I'm doing. I'm doing, it's non-essential, but I'm working. I'm able to go out and do my job, do the functions of my job. We know a lot of people that aren't able to do that. And I pray for you that can't do that. After this COVID-19, can't say that, strike that, you didn't hear me say that. After this crisis blows over, YouTube got onto me because it said that word. Well, actually, I was using the other word. I don't know if I would get in trouble for saying COVID-19, but people being out of work because of COVID-19, social distancing, only essentials, you know, which is bullcrap because every person that has a job is essential to that job. They should be able to continue work, not have to draw unemployment. But here comes that big issue. Social distancing. Okay? So they do that out there. Okay, we want to keep people. We're going to interact with people. I have to on a daily basis. I can't keep a 6 foot distance between everybody that I talk to, that I contend with. I try to, but I can't do that because I got to get paperwork. I have to sign the paperwork. They're behind a wall, a glass wall, but they can walk around the corner and come over and stand right next to me if they wanted to. Okay, it's not like going into Fort Knox where you got 6 inches of glass between you and the person you're dealing with in the shipping department. Same with my receiver. I don't have 6 inches of glass between me and the other person. We're not talking over a loudspeaker, and they're not putting it in a hypoallergenic drawer to hand me the paperwork. The paperwork's not being handed to me in a Ziploc or whatever. I still have to deal with the paperwork part. I still have to handle that paperwork. I still have to handle the fuel nozzles. My hands are gloved when I'm dealing with the fuel nozzles. My hands are gloved when I'm dealing with the keypad when I'm getting the fuel. You know, I'm not one that's out here freaked out that, I gotta wear a mask. I like breathing fresh air. One thing you're gonna know about me after today is I'm very claustrophobic. I drive a truck. I'm in tight quarters, and I'm claustrophobic. Kind of strange, funny, cuckoo, right? I have room. I can see. You put me in a closet, shut the door, I might freak out on you. You put me I used to work construction years ago doing refurbs on refract towers for oil refineries and for cement plants. And I would go into tight quarters all the time. How did I keep from freaking out? I constantly went in and out. I could see the outside world where I was at doing my job. put me in a closet, shut the door, I will freak out. My wife does know this. That's why my bathroom door is never closed in the bathroom that is attached to my bedroom. Because it's about the size of our closet. If I've got room to roam and there's a light on and I can see, I'm okay. It's when it gets dark. I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm just afraid. I just have claustrophobia. I don't like tight spaces. Excuse me. I got a tickle on the back of my throat for all of a sudden. And it always happens when I start recording. I could go all day without having a tickle in the back of my throat, but I start talking, it's like, hey, we're going to tickle the back of your throat and make you shut up. No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue on. But getting back to the others, since I just kind of went on a tirade and left the total subject that I started with. Yeah, when you're sitting down and you're talking to your dispatch, and you're talking to your planners, and you're talking to the people that are involved, you could explain to them after you do the math, which they've already done the math. But if you do the math and you look at the math and say, okay, I can do this based on what I see in front of me on the math that I did to look at this run. I've Google mapped it. I've pulled out Rand McNally and which is an atlas. I've mapped it out. I know the basis, the base mileage to and from. I know I can do a trick and a half or a trick and 3/4, and I call it tricks. And this is the reason why I call it tricks, because it's a trick to get from point A to point B without having to slow down too much. And I've always used them. I've always used the term trick for hauling my loads. And my dispatcher and planner and driver manager, they both know this. I use terminology that scares people sometimes. Like when I close out my videos, I'll catch you on the flip, which means I'm going to catch you somewhere down the line where there's going to be another video. And that's what that means. You're coming at me, I'm coming at you. We're going to meet up somewhere. So that's what catch you on the flip means. Some more trucker, old school trucker lingo. Some people don't get it. But, yeah. All you got to do is just sit down, do the math, and you'd be like, all right, yeah, I can do it, and I can do it in this amount of time. And be honest, straight up honest. Okay, I think I can go from point A to point B, no problem. They want the product there by X hour. I can get it there by X hour, leaving point A at X hour. Which is what I told my dispatcher planner. I told her, okay, if I leave from up there, I can, by this time, X hour, I'll be there by X hour with this much of a window. Okay, cool. They were all for it. They sent my input, my info over to the customer and said, all right, we've got a driver, he can do this and he can do this. Let's do it. We'll sign the contract. If you can guarantee that he can do this for 4 days a week, he can't do it 5 days a week because it's out of route to go home. But if I can do it 4 days a week, then they got somebody that will cover the Friday load, the Saturday load, and the Sunday load, and then I take care of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday myself. Okay, no problem. That's what we agreed to. That's what the customer agreed to. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I cover the loads. Friday, Saturday, Friday and Saturday, another driver covers those 2 loads. Sunday is an optional day, or if they have enough time on Saturday to load the load for a Sunday load. If not, we're not worried about it. I'm there Sunday night, so no big deal. Which also means when I deliver on Thursday, down in Norman, I pick up the load, and hopefully it's ready to go. I go up to Olathe, Kansas, deliver up in Olathe, Kansas, and then head home on Friday. I'm home early enough for the day. I spend time with Witch and the kids. No big deal. So far, everybody's on the same page, same book with me. And we're going to see how this goes. So, rambled a little bit longer than normal, less than some. I want to welcome all new subscribers. If you're new to the channel, it's the first ramble that you've seen, you like what you've seen, you like what you've heard, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, hit the all notifications. That way you know when I put out my vlogs. I'm trying to vlog on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And then, like I've said in every single video, I'm trying to get back into doing some gaming over here on the channel. And it'll probably just be mainly in the American Truck Simulator to keep with what I do. I drive truck. I live stream over on Twitch. As long as everything goes according to plan, everything works for me, I stream over on Twitch on Sundays. I plan on doing a live stream on Friday after I get home. After I do everything else that I need to do, I plan on doing a stream on Friday. I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be something totally away from trucking. So watch for that this Friday. Never know. I might bring farm sim back to the channel. I might bring spin tires. Actually, do some spin tires live stream. I don't know. If I take one game out, I can put another game back in and probably do comps on CS:GO, or I might do PUBG. I don't know yet, but it'll be live stream over on Twitch. As always, follow CDC rules and guidelines in the crisis that we're in right now. Wash your hands, keep your distance, do your social distancing. For God's sake, if you're not essential to your job, stay home. Only get out when you need to. There's certain things that you can get out and you can go do. You can get away from the house and break the monotony, unless you're in a total, you have to stay in and they're roaming the street marshal law. There's I've heard rumored that there's some cities that are doing that. I do know Florida, and I'm rambling some more, but I do know Florida, and now the state of Texas have state line checks. If you're out of state if you show up with out of state tags to Florida or Texas, you are going to go through a COVID-19 checkpoint to make sure that you're not ill. Because if you are ill, you are going to be quarantined and sent home with a fine. You don't know how much the fine is, but you will be sent home with a fine. It's been rumored Florida is just turning people around if you have certain state tags. I don't know the truth behind it, but that was what was rumored. So, I don't know. Go look it up. If it's true, put it in the comments. But let me know what was rumored to me is true or is not true. I don't know. But I do know you will get fined in certain places if you do not coincide with the stay-in rules. But like I said, practice social distancing, wash your hands. If you got to be out and about, keep a 6-foot space. Don't go stupid unless you really think you need to get the mask. At least put gloves on your hands when you go to the grocery store. Don't touch anything really directly. If you don't have to, that will help stop the spread of the disease. It's not a disease, it's a virus. And it'll save you from getting sick. I have gloves on the truck that I use for when I do refueling. I have gloves when I go in the stores. I have a latex allergy, so I can't just go buy some gloves right off the shelf. I have to get medical grade nitrate gloves that I can use. But I'm not going to go as far as getting the mask because I'm the number one in social distancing because I drive truck. I get in, I get my stuff done, and I get out. So we'll catch you guys on the flip. Safe travels if you're out traveling. Prayers to you that are unfortunately set aside, not working. Big shout out again to Risky Clay, Silent Fan 85, and Tilt Gaming for keeping me very well entertained while out here running my route and making sure that products and services are being moved. For you guys, I would be going insane out here on the road. There is a few others, Ron Pratt, Jeff Laviano, but they don't watch my channel. Or they don't follow my channel, they're not subscribed to my channel that I know of. If you guys are, cool, awesome. Thanks for the content you guys put out. And as always, thanks for stopping by, visiting my channel, listening to me ramble about whatever decides to come to my brain, and I get on one of my tangents and go off subject, go to the left, go to the right, whatever. And if you really want some good entertainment, some will say boo, hiss. Some will say, oh yeah, cool, political cowboy, Chad Prather. I do follow him. I do watch him. What everybody else's stuff is done on YouTube or Twitch. Yep, just out here doing my thing, guys. So we'll catch you on the flip. Safe travels. We'll holler at you later. I've rambled.